We sold everything we owned to live in a travel trailer with our 3 cats. This is the details of how we sorted through all of our items and moved all of our shit into our travel trailer. I'm gonna spill all the beans here and tell you everything we learned along the way. If you like this type of stuff, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe to follow along on our journey. First off, the travel trailer cost about $54,000 after all the loan fees and closing fees and registration fees and shit like that, and the truck cost about $63,000, so it was a lot more expensive than the tag on the window. Luckily, this housing market is crazy, so we were able to sell our house after 1 year of owning it and pay off everything and have a little bit left over. Guys, there is so much work that goes into depersonalizing, not just cleaning, but depersonalizing your house. We originally thought we would traditionally list our house, but we were able to sell it off market, so all of this cleaning was kind of for naught. But I have all the footage, so let's watch. I didn't realize how much stuff we had, and throughout this whole process I was quite frustrated with finding new items and new products I had to sort, either sell or give away, in every nook and cranny of our home, even though we had only been in it for about a year. We ended up selling most of our furniture and giving what little items we could not sell on Facebook Marketplace away. Okay, quick little moving update. I listed this recently and it's sold within like 5 hours, so I wasn't expecting that, so I had to get it emptied real quick. And so I had to clean the master bedroom real quick because I wanted it in the photos. Hey, Jules! And this piece is also for sale. I couldn't keep the whole house clean and sort through all of our items, so I took listing photos one room at a time. And here is our cat, a little freaked out by all the items moving downstairs once we sold our full dining room set. It was very emotional and difficult to sell everything off, and it took some time. But in the end, we were able to more than counteract any RV expenses or items we needed to purchase for our move with items that we were selling from our house. Like that. Dining room is empty. Well, except for that, but we're keeping that. I didn't realize how much we just have to go through every little thing. I had to go through our whole pantry and decide what we were going to keep because we don't have as much storage in the RV. I had to organize all of our spices and every item in our kitchen just to look through it all and see everything that we had. I was gonna film this whole process, but we got excited and we're just here visiting the RV to get measurements, and we decided to take the couch apart. So sorry guys. So the couch cannot fit through our RV door, but it looks like the 3 sections are all just attached to this rail. So we're removing, like, there's 4 screws here, 4 here, and 4 there. We're removing those, separating it from its rack here, and we're gonna see if we can fit each section through the... Can the 3 separate? Nice! Oh, the remotes are still in there, by the way.
Look at that. Little bitty thing.
And this is what it looks like without the couch. So that's about 68 inches wide. And I think we're gonna get one with a chase. So we'll have a nice cozy space to watch TV. I mainly sold everything in Facebook Marketplace. I didn't do a garage sale, but that may save some people some time. I just didn't want to do that. But it was definitely a headache during all of this. So I was going to turn this closet into a library, and I was just trying to decorate it until that happened. That's why I have lights and tools strung up in here, but that never happened. We finally sold our bed frame towards the end of our process, and here I am stripping and getting it ready to be picked up. During this time, I am also organizing the first few months of our travel days, making bookings at campgrounds so we know where we'll be, just so it's a little bit easier while we figure everything out. Some moments were extremely sad. This is one of my favorite spots in my home, and removing these frames definitely hurt a little bit. I put it off for as long as I could. This whole process of going through all of our goals and our memories of this house took an emotional toll. But we are financially better off than when we started, and we are now free. We are able to travel the country and do things that we have always wanted to do. So it's definitely worth it in the end. I did a lot of research on space-saving tricks, and this is one of them, putting the spices on the refrigerator. After we got rid of our living room furniture, we had to personally drive it up to Chattanooga to my brother-in-law. I then started cleaning and gathering all of the items we were going to take with us into one space so I could see it all together. Like I said, we were going from 25 to 2,600 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, to a 33-foot travel trailer. So I definitely needed to organize, analyze every item, and make sure we weren't taking too much stuff. I It still felt like at that time we were taking too much stuff, but we were able to get it organized. And in another video, I'll show you all my favorite organization tips and tricks for living in an RV and how I really was able to maximize our space as much as possible. We were actually able to bring the RV to our house on 2 different days, so we could load up directly into it instead of having to load up the truck and then load up the RV. Oh, and my camera fell. It was heartbreaking. After we bungee cord the tripod to our front porch post, we were able to load up everything else. This is the Tuesday before we moved in full time. We moved in on Thursday, but came back on Friday to get a few last minute items and our cats. We left them at the house overnight so that they weren't as stressed out, and we were able to better keep an eye on them on Friday with their first full day in the RV. I cannot believe how much stuff we had. Our house felt empty and I sold so many things, and we still ended up taking 2 truckloads to charity, and my parents took a bunch of stuff as well. We were not avid campers or RV enthusiasts before this. We just talked about doing this a couple times over the years, and then back in November with this crazy housing market, we realized we could pay off all of our debt. We can't open out that slide out because it would block the road. So we can't access our booth storage or our desk storage back there. So things are not where they belong right now, but they're in the RV. At least got stuff in the RV, and a lot of storage is just under our bed right now, but once we can get access to our desk and we get that other table in there, it'll be a lot more organized. But this is where we're at. And this is Wednesday before we move in on Thursday full time. I have several projects I want to do, and John is a mechanic, so he has several tools he wants to hold on, all of which we feel will be useful during our travels, so we had to be very creative with our storage. We got a toolbox for our truck, and these bins actually fit perfectly under that toolbox, so we were organizing everything into them as much as possible, and you really have to analyze every little thing. I cannot stress that enough. We had all of our items, all of our tools, all of screws, nails, everything laid out, and we analyzed it all. We looked at it all and packed it as neatly and efficiently as possible to decide what is coming with us. We also had to take weight into consideration because we couldn't overload anything. The RV or the truck both have weight limits. After several stages of organization, this is what we were left with: 3 bins, 1 larger toolbox, and 1 smaller toolbox that my mom actually took with her to college and I took with me to college. So it was quite sentimental and I did not want to let it go. But there we are. Also on that day, we took all of our patio furniture over to my parents' house. They decided they could use it, so we didn't have to worry about selling it. But that's another truckload of stuff that we got rid of. And this is Thursday after we parked at our first campground. You can see that slide out is now extended, and this is everything that we have. In the end, it took several months of preparation, almost a solid week of moving. We're still unpacking after 2 weeks of in the RV trying to get everything organized, and a lot of emotional processing and figuring out how we felt about leaving everything behind. It was a process, and we rushed it. We have made some mistakes already, and we're still learning, but we're going to share all that with you to full-time RVer. Have a smooth transition.